All right.
What's up, everybody? I hope this microphone stays on the whole time. All right. Let's talk a little bit, guys. Let's talk about a few things here. A few things have been on my mind, and I'd like to kind of talk about it. First, I'd like to talk about the dehumanizing impact of racism on the black culture and education. As a black man in the United States of America, I can't help but feel frustrated and indignant about the way the system goes about caring for people of darker skin. The systemic lack of freedom and injustice experienced by our community, it's absolutely profound. If you do look at the incarceration rates, it's right there. Right? Data is something that you can't really argue with. If you couple that with funding the or lack thereof, if you're with me, please like the stream. If you're still with me, I see there are a few of us filtering in right now. If you're with me, like the stream. If you're with me, like the stream. Yes, thank you. I appreciate that. Like the stream. Share it with somebody because we're gonna have a little bit of a conversation today, okay? I appreciate that. CR7. See. Yes, Cristiano Ronaldo is definitely the GOAT. Definitely the GOAT. But if you're with me, like the stream. Like the stream, please. Thank you. All right. Back to the conversation at hand. If you couple the lack of funding and resources that are wholly inadequate and the implicit or explicit bias held by educators and again, administrators writ large, it all contributes to this disparity. As a result, many Black students face challenges in achieving academic success and are denied equal opportunities compared to their white counterparts. Obviously, this almost sounds like duh, of course, because it's like, but however, if you really look into it now, you realize that this explains so much because imagine trying to get an education and facing disparities and facing challenges on your way to getting an education. Okay. That must be hard. Let me get a mic check real quick. If you can hear me, please make sure you type I can hear you in the chat right now. Because I'm looking at the chat, I'm going to be able to see. Mic check right now. If you can hear me, type I can hear you in the chat. Type I can hear you. Let me check real quick. Maybe my mic died. Nope, it's still on. Okay. If you can hear me, type I can hear you. Mic, hold up. Hold up. Look, I'm going to give a message now, mostly to the woman. Okay. I'm going to teach you how to really get the man that you want. I'm going to tell you a few things about male psychology. Let's start here. Should I bring my personal life into this? I mean, it is a personal thing, right? I used to date this counselor. She was a mental health counselor. And, you know, sometimes when somebody practices a thing, doesn't always mean that in their personal life they're able to have that thing translate. So she was dealing with her own mental health uh, challenges, um, which I won't get into too much today. But I say this to say, I really did try. I mean, I'm a great, like boyfriend, quote unquote. But the thing is, for the most part, women are not able to like see the quality in a man until it's with another woman for some reason. Until that man moves on to another woman and she sees how that guy is treating that woman from the outside perspective, she doesn't really understand. So, woman, if a guy is actually present with you, right? Um, First off, I don't know if women are really good at like picking. I don't know if that's like controversial or not, but like I don't know if women are good at picking the right man, you know? Is that controversial? I don't know. Excuse me as I finish my cookie here. Probably some streaming etiquette that I still have to learn. Don't eat while streaming. All right, let me see in the comments. I don't care. What don't you care about? Oh, my pro, what don't you care about? I don't care. What don't you care about Omar Pro? I don't think he's in the chat. If you're in the chat, go ahead and like the stream. Go ahead and like the stream if you're in the chat right now. Go ahead, like the stream. Tell me where you're watching me from. All right. Think we still got some battery. We're still connected on the mic. If you can hear me on the mic, please make sure you like it. All right. Just having a conversation, you know, just kind of letting the thoughts go where they may. Most people, especially in this day and age, don't have the patience, the attention span to sit, to just sit and have a conversation. Okay. Most people these days, the algorithm moves so fast, right, that they don't even have time to just sit and just like plan and think, right? Thinking has become such a like elusive, skill, which is crazy because we live in such a world that everybody has all the information, right? It's not like you're lacking information. It's just nobody has the patience to sit with things. Well, maybe just the people I'm around, which says something about me, I guess, right? But yes, if you're in the chat, go ahead and like the stream. Today we're talking a little bit about male female dynamics, a little bit about um, how that impacts the experience as a black man, at least in my shoes, right? If you're not black, you're welcome here. If you're not a man, you're also welcome here. I believe there's lessons to be learned at every part of it. Most of this might actually be more beneficial to women because women want to know what it's like. What does the other gender think like, right? That's the great divide, is because we don't think the same, right? Men think a certain way, women think a certain way, right? So we don't think the same. We can get as close to each other as we can, and then as closer we are, the better, right? And then if we're able to be aligned where it's not one over the other, but then together, especially with brains, right? The male dynamic and the female dynamic, they come together, you can make something great happen. But most of the time, it's the thoughts, right? The one person doesn't know what the other person is either thinking or what their intentions are, or you know. So everything gets mangled, right? Um, yes. So that's the great divide. And today I think that women could do a better job of picking based on certain signals, right? I believe that there's been a big lie told about um, what a successful man is. And I don't believe, so to speak, that a successful man is one that has material wealth, which sometimes material wealth is a signal of a successful man. But however, the people in my circles and the people that I idolize are not necessarily the wealthy people, which some of them are obviously, right? How, what we consider success on this side is more of a character, okay? Certain things about loyalty, um, resilience, calm under pressure, right? That's what I believe is a successful man, because if you're calm under pressure, guess what? It means you've been in that situation before. And a warrior is somebody who's always ready for war, right? So that's why we get ready every day to make sure that we're moving in the direction that we need to be moving in, because at some point, the war is coming. It's always just another war. You're always going towards another war, right? So you got to be ready for that, okay? But yes, as I said, finding the middle ground is what we're looking for in terms of man and woman. Being able to understand that we don't think the same. We don't prioritize the same things. Everybody's at a different stage of their lives. You have to understand that, right? And most of the time, you know what? I'm creating videos.